that point where the shooter was either. Yeah, it was traumatic.
Tonight, we are hearing from the off-duty police officer who came to the aid of a local sports anchor after he was shot. Good evening. I'm Steve Atkinson.
And I'm Kimberly Hunt. Kyle Kraska remains in the hospital tonight. He is in critical but stable condition and has undergone several surgeries. He is sedated, but doctors are optimistic they will be able to wake him up this weekend. 10 News reporter Steve Fiorina talked to the man who found Kraska lying on the ground on Tuesday. Steve?
Kim, Sergeant Scott Bartolomei is a veteran of Iraq and 2 decades with the San Diego PD, and he's been affected by this. No sleep Tuesday night after being involved in that nightmare that put his friend in the hospital here. Sergeant Scott Bartolomei is a neighbor and close friend of Kyle Kraska. He rushed to the aid of the Channel 8 sports anchor moments after he was shot 10 times.
To see a friend on the ground needing my help, knowing he's critically injured, and I didn't know at that point where the shooter was either. Yeah, it was traumatic.
He didn't immediately know who had been wounded.
And then I looked on the ground and saw a male, and he looked up at me and said, "Scott, help me," and I recognized it was Kyle Kraska.
His training kicked in and he began first aid. The off-duty sergeant can be seen here telling responding officers about the shooter, which sped away from the scene. Information leading to the arrest later of house painter Mike Montana at his home in El Cajon.
I've been doing this a long time. Also had 7 years in the military, been to Iraq. This isn't my first time that this has occurred, unfortunately.
Bartolomei shares a history and love of sports with Kraska.
We're both from Boston, both huge Patriots, Red Sox fans, so he's got the back east mentality that he doesn't give up.
A statement issued by Kraska's family parallels that thought. Quote, "We have no doubt Kyle's passion and enthusiasm will help him rise above this tragedy." The family also gave thanks, quoting again, "We have the utmost appreciation for the neighbors, bystanders, first responders, and hospital staff who so rapidly came to Kyle's aid." The sergeant is positive about his friend's future.
And he's doing very, very well. For somebody who went through what he went through, he's doing incredibly well.
And he said that he's been told that doctors hope to bring him out of that sedation this weekend, and that is good news. Live at Scripps La Jolla, Steve Fiorina, 10 News.